Good morning, class. Welcome to the lecture of CSA. Today we are going to study two practicals, that is joints, practical number 7. So what is our title? To study the joint operations in SQL. So, and what is the aim of the practical? To study and implement the joint operations in SQL. And what are the learning objectives? To understand the execution and functions of inner join, left join, right join and full outer join. And what will be the learning outcomes? After studying this practical, students are able to use all the join functions to get the requisite result, understand where and which of the join functions are to be used, and to perform statistical operations as required. So now we are going to see this join operation. So I have uploaded one video, the first link, wherein I have explained you joints in a very right manner. So you can go through that video, and that is what we are going to learn this. So through that video you will be learning the different join operations to the first video. Now after that you will have to answer some post lab and pre-lab questions as we already do. So that is the thing. And now as you will go through the video, you will understand this join operation. So now we are directly going through the experiment number 8. So we are going to study, it is a study, so we are going to see it theoretically what we are going to study: modulation and simulation. To study modeling and simulation. Now what do you mean? How to make a model, or how to model can be simplified representation of systems, and to understand use of models to represent a real system. That is our objectives. And what are the outcomes? To prepare, you will be able to prepare a real life system model for a given situation, to predict the effect of changes to the system, and understand the validation technique including simulating the model under input conditions and comparing the model with output system. So what is basically a model? A model is a simplified representation of a system. We already know that. And simulation, it is the manipulation of model in such a way that it operates on time or space to compress it, thus enabling one to pursue the interactions that would not otherwise apparent because of their separation of time or space. That means what is simulation? Simulation is a process by which we are going to study the model. What is system? It is a collection of entities. It exists and operates in time and space. And what is state? The value of all the systems, all the variables of the system at a particular point of time, that is called a state. Now what are the different kinds of model? So first we will understand what do you mean by system. System, it is experiment with the actual system, that is simulation, and experiment with the model of the system. Then the model can be physical model and mathematical model, and mathematical model can be analytical, and the last one is simulation. So what are the types of simulation? Static or dynamic, stochastic or deterministic, discrete event or continuous. So what is basically static simulation? It is one that is not based on time. That means it does not changes with time. So it overcomes Monte Carlo simulation. One material handling system supplier developed a static simulation model to calculate the expected time to travel from one rack location in a storage to say another rack location. So here the time is not being considered, it is not based on time. So static means it has nothing to do with the time, so that it is static simulation. Then what is dynamic simulation? It includes time. It is well suited for analyzing manufacturing and service activity systems since they operate over time. So this dynamic simulation, it is means runtime simulation. Suppose we talk of a production system, so the production is being continuously going on. So that system, and when we are going to simulate that particular system by making a model and then by going through the simulation, so that will be called as the discrete simulation. Now what is stochastic versus deterministic? Stochastic, situations in which one or more input variables are random, are called as stochastic or probabilistic situations. That is, simulations having no input components that are random, they are said to be deterministic. Now stochastic means there are certain attributes which changes with time, which changes with certain changes in the system. They are not random, they changes simultaneously. So such kind of thing is called as probabilistic simulation, stochastic or probabilistic simulation, because there is a probability that one change might occur or another might. And deterministic means all the values are fixed, they are not going to be random. They contain no randomness. In a deterministic simulation, all future states are determined once the input data and the initial state have been defined. So that means in deterministic solutions, there is no randomness. So stochastic means the variables of the system, they varies with the, or they are having this randomness. But in deterministic simulation, the values are not random values. Now then, discrete event versus continuous simulation. The discrete event is one in which system changes occur at points in time as triggered by events. The arrival of an entity to workstation, the final, so that means discrete, continuous. So what is the difference between discrete and continuous? So discrete means the changes occur at discrete points of time. So at specific point of time when you are studying the system, the changes will occur, and such as the example is arrival of an entity to a workstation. So in an entity, so in a workstation, something comes to the workstations. So that is called as discrete simulation. The failure of a resource or the completion of an activity. State changes in model occur when some event happens. The state of the model becomes the collective state of all the elements in the model at that particular point of time. Such variables in a discrete simulation are referred as discrete change state variables. So that means it depends on the changes. It changes with respect to certain event that is being occurred. So when you're talking about suppose inventory system, so new inventory comes, that means again the system will change. So the such kind of simulation they are called as discrete. And when they are continuous simulation, they changes continuously with respect to time, and therefore they are referred as continuous simulation. They are changing continuously with respect to time. Now what is changing continuously with respect? Suppose if you start, if you want to study, if you want to model a vehicle, so vehicle, it is running continuously. It is not like that it will run for some time, then it will stop, then it will run again. No, all the vehicle is running continuously, and all the systems that are there which makes that particular vehicle run, so that can be so many systems, they are again continuously, they are going continuously. Now when we talk about, you will easily understand when we talk about an engine. So in engine, the four operations, they are going on like suction, compression, exhaustion, a power stroke, or power stroke and exhaust, and these strokes they are going continuously, and when these strokes are going, so during that period the vehicle is moving. So it is changing continuously with respect to time. So such type of, and now when we study those systems, when we try to simulate, we first of all make a model of this system, then we try to simulate it, then such kind of simulation, that will be called as continuous simulation. So this is about the basic kinds of simulations. What we have seen stochastic and deterministic solution, then we have seen dynamic simulation, then we have seen discrete event or continuous simulation. So a static simulation is one, it is not based on time, it has nothing to do with the time. Dynamic simulation means it changes over a specific point of time. Stochastic simulations means the variables are random variables. The variables are random, so also it is called as stochastic or probabilistic simulation. In deterministic simulation, the models are built on the stochastic, but they contain as stochastic models, but they contain no randomness. So there is no randomness in deterministic simulation. Then the next one is discrete simulation. It also changes with time, but when a particular event is being executed, it is triggered by a specific event. So that is discrete simulation. And when the changes in the state, they are continuously changing, the variables in the state are continuously changing, then such kind of simulation, that will be called as continuous simulation. Now, what are the advantages of simulation? So first of all, I think it is clear to you people now what is basically a simulation. We study a certain system to predict its performance, to predict forecasting or future of that particular system. What we do? We make a model of that system. Then we perform the simulation on that model. That means we make a model of the system, then we go for certain number of processes to simulate that particular model. So that is called as simulation. So model making will be the very first step in simulation. Now what are the advantages of simulation? Study the behavior of a system without building it. Now we have already seen simulation. Suppose if you want to study the pattern of air crash or the pattern of aircraft or a aircraft at a particular height with particular values of pressure, temperature, etc. So now if that is risky, so it will not be possible for you to go for direct studying that particular system, because it is not many times possible to study the system directly. So what we do in that case? In that case, we can go for simulation. We can create such an environment wherein we will be design that particular thing, then we'll apply certain constraints, and the same situation will be created as it would have been created when the aircraft was actually flying, and then we'll change the parameters, and based on those parameters we can analyze or understand that whether that particular system, it is up to the mark or it is up to the or it is to be required to build further. So the study the behavior of a system without building it, that means you do not have to build the real system. Results are accurate compared to analytical model. In analytical modeling, what we do, we just analyze the things, but here we are going for the experimentation, hence the results are more accurate. Here we are going with the actual results, actual run. That is, though we are going to take these runs on a trial on a system or a laptop, but we are going for the actual runs, putting actual construction. So such kind will be more effective than just only analytical one. Now helps to find an unexpected phenomena and easy to solve what if analysis. Now what if is very important for any system. If the parameters changes, if certain condition changes, then the question is what needs to be done now. So that particular thing is again answered by this simulation. You can get the answers as what happens when this and that and so many things offer. Then disadvantages. Along with advantages, it has certain disadvantages also. Now what are those disadvantages? Model building requires special training. So basically without model building you cannot go for simulation, and model building is not an easy task. You have to understand the things and then it requires special training. So hence it is said that it is kind of disadvantage because you have to take a lot efforts to make a model. Next, vendors of simulation software have been auctioned. Now vendors of simulation software have been auctioned. Now it is like that there are so many softwares available or packages available, softwares available, packages also. That is another kind of disadvantage because they are being auctioned. That means you have to pay huge for them. Then developing packages that contain models that only need input. So it just developed a package that contains models that only need input, but it is not actually producing the thing. Its results can be difficult to interpret. Sometimes it is possible that you cannot directly interpret the results. Sometimes it is possible, but not all the times. Simulation modeling analysis can be time consuming and expensive. Now it depends upon the certain factors. If your system, if you are to build a system, that is you have to simulate, then you have to build a model of a particular system and then you have to simulate it on the laptop using certain softwares or using certain tools. And when you find that actually the cost or the expenses that are required for simulation are not justified, that means it is not economic or cost effective compared to when the actual system is being built. So there you cannot go for simulation, there you can go for actual system building. And many simulation software have output analysis. Now that is a kind of disadvantage, or you can say output analysis. That means they have output analysis. We want to just see what is the exactly output, but they go for the output analysis, so forget it. The next one is areas of application. So we already know it, you name anything and simulation is applicable there if you want to go for it, such as manufacturing applications, semiconductor manufacturing, construction, engineering and project management, military application, logistics, transportation, buses problem, healthcare, automated, test beds, functional beds, risk analysis, and etc., and so many number of things. So basically simulation has lot many applications, like internet backbone, it is network simulation, insurance portfolio, risk analysis, test beds for functional test, automated material handling system, healthcare, etc. So all these are areas where you can apply this particular thing that is called as simulation. So simulation is very important. Now this is all about the particular thing simulation. We have already seen it, we have already studied in the theory part, but though this being a practical, we have just gone through it, and the first previous practical we have just seen. In the first practical joints we have just seen what are the different kinds of joints, but their actual working I have uploaded another video. We have already seen that also. So now we understand what is simulation, what is stochastic simulation, what is deterministic simulation, what is static and dynamic simulation, and what is discrete and continuous simulations. And we have also seen what are the advantages, disadvantages, and a very many that we have already seen the areas of applications. It is having a wide variety of applications, from buses to transports to semiconductors to engineering problem, logistic problem, etc. Now what are required for this particular thing? Nothing is required for this because this is a study experiment. Then what are the pre-lab questions? Pre-lab question is, what is simulation? It is a manipulation of model in such a way that it operates on time or space to compress. Exactly, it is a model which you can use for performing certain operations and predicting it, or changing the parameters and predict the performance or feature of the system. That is what is a model in DBMS. It is simplified representation of a system at a particular point. of time. At a specific point of time, what are the values of the system, they are being shown into a particular model. That means it is a model is simplified representation of those particular system at a given instant of time. What is system? It is collection of entities like people, parts, message, machines, etc. So when you talk about unity, then there can be so many things. A system, it is a collection of entities. Now, post-lab questions. After performing the practicals, you will be able to answer how simulation are categorized: static, stochastic, discrete, and continuous. What are the important features of good model? It should be a close approximation to the real system and incorporate most of its challenge features and must not be as simple as possible. A good model should be close approximation. That means the model must be exactly representing the real world system, or if not exactly, it is near or very close to representation of an real world problem, because the more efficient or effectively express your problems, the you build your model, then the results will be more effective. So thus we have studied the simulation and modeling. So here we end all our practicals. Practical number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, 8. So what you have to do about the submission and everything, that will inform you in the next class separately. So till then, thank you class. Good day. Jai Hind.